The first trailer for Gladiator 2 is dropped. Let's do this. They're having fun already.
I remember that day. I never forgot it. That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
Where were you born?
I remember too.
I never knew a mother nor a father.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
Did you hear that crowd? The greatest temple Rome ever built. The Colosseum. Because this is what they believe in. Power.
General Acacius, there are victories yet still to come.
Rome has so many subjects. She must feed them.
They can eat war.
The arena turns slaves into gladiators, the gladiators into free men.
You have something in you. I knew it from the start.
Did you now?
Rage. And rage is your gift.
This is about survival! Survive! Hold together, and when it charges, break for the wall.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
The entire Roman armies.
Too much.
The general will do.
Rome must fall. I need to only give it a push.
Will we make it out alive? Alright. Hands on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Colosseum doors.
This ring belonged to Maximus. Now I give it to you. What is the dream of Rome? If people are not free.
I was owned. Now I will control an empire.
I will not waste another generation of young men for their vanity.
Strength among us! This how Rome treats its heroes!
Hands on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Colosseum doors. The gods have spoken!
Of course, you gotta have one of those in there. All right, real quick before I share my thoughts on it, go ahead and let me know what you thought down below in the comment section. I'm gonna watch it one more time, and then I'm gonna start talking. Alrighty, so this is a movie they've been trying to make for over 20 years now. The first one was a huge hit with a bunch of Oscars, all that fun stuff that makes studios go, we want to do that again. And for over 20 years, they've been trying to make it happen. And it's one of those movies that I kind of assumed was never going to happen because it's not obvious how you do a sequel to Gladiator. How do you follow it up? And even though they were filming it, even though we had set photos, everything, seeing the trailer is the thing that finally is like, this is really happening. We're actually getting Gladiator 2 in a few months. So what do I think about it? The quick version of it, it looks really cool. It looks visually speaking, great. Massive in scope and size. I'm a little concerned it's just a bit too much of a rehash of the first film. Certainly with the way that the trailer sets it up, we've got another person with a mysterious identity who's really important to the Roman Empire, returning to seek vengeance on the people that he feels wronged him and took the throne from him, or took the position from her, or stole the throne, or whatever. Returning people don't recognize him. They don't know who he is at first. And he's using being a slave and a gladiator to fight against the oppressors and the people that took the throne. Like, add a couple changes in there, that there's a general plus our new ruler people. There's a couple changes in there, but there's also a lot of really obvious similarities in the basic setup of our plot. Now, there's other kind of details going on in there with some of the battles that we're seeing just seem massive scope and size, and I don't know if that's like before. Gladiator kicked off with a big battle, or if this one incorporates some of those things more into the full runtime of the film. They added all sorts of new elements into the Gladiator battle, rhinos, water elements. There's definitely changes in there, but on that plot line, is it a little bit too similar? As presented here, I would say yes. But in the execution of said plot line that we saw 24 years ago, it looks really cool. It looks really well done. I mean, you're talking about like Ridley Scott maybe going back to something that he's good at, like he can safely pull this off. And you look at it and you go, those are gorgeous looking battles. These shots of Rome are incredible. The Gladiator stuff looks as cool as it did before, but they're doing different Gladiator battles and challenges and things like that. This is one of those productions that reports came out that the budget, just ballooned up to crazy levels, maybe $300 million, which on a financial business side to it, it's extremely unlikely that this $300 million R-rated film could turn a profit if that turns out to be true. But does the movie look really expensive? Like they actually did their jobs with all that money? Yeah, you look at it and you go, yeah, that looks good. That looks huge and it looks believable. And it doesn't have any of the aids of being, sci-fi or just detached from reality. It's supposed to be in the past, and you see it and you go, oh man, that looks awesome. That looks very, very cool. I'm not super familiar with the lead guy, so to me, this is kind of the first time I'm really getting to see him take charge of a film like this. Of course, we got Pedro in there. Pedro's always a dependable player. From what it looks like here, it seems like we're seeing kind of the subtle version of Pedro. The fun one in there is Joseph Quinn, who we saw him just a couple weeks ago in A Quiet Place Day One, doing a very mandatory quiet performance, and then in this, with the face painted up and the way he behaves, this very loud version of him. So very curious what that's going to look like. But overall, I would say the trailer did its job, because I saw this and I went, it's happening, it's real, and it looks like it's going to deliver some very cool Gladiator action and carnage. Maybe not breaking new ground. Not expecting this one to win Best Oscar or Best Picture or anything like that, but will it deliver a really good Gladiator experience? The mayhem, the carnage, the bloodlust, the revenge. It looks like it. And even kind of tying it more into the fall of Rome and a little bit further down the line, and maybe this has some piece, like maybe there are a couple other things that they didn't want to overplay in the trailer where the plot goes, and so then they leaned into remember the first one? Remember Maximus? Look, his name Maximus. Remember Russell Crowe, the sword, the ring, the helmet. Remember. Maybe they intentionally did a lot of that in future trailers. Will kind of show us a bit more of how it tells its own story and where it goes that's fresh and new. But it did its job. I'm more excited for this movie now than I was before I saw the trailer. Let me know your thoughts down below, and keep talking movies and TV too much. Bye-bye.